Hi, welcome to my channel. In this tutorial I'm going to be taking you through on how to create this music player application that you are seeing on the screen. We're going to be creating this app from scratch. I'm going to take you from step by step to the point that you'll be able to achieve what you are seeing on the screen. This music app, the way it is, you can click on it and play any music of your choice. You can fast forward it, you can pause it, you can rewind, I think it's somehow noisy. Let me reduce the sound. So the way it is, you can see I can go to the previous one, I can next it, I can even fast forward, I can use the sig bar. So everything, all the whole function that is, at least some little function that is needed, is there in this music app. So I'm going to be taking you through from step by step on how to create this simple music application that you are seeing here. Please follow me on my channel, subscribe to my channel, like the video, share with friends. And so let's get started. So guys, let's get started with our music player. I've created an empty activity. I'm going to make this layout relative layout. So I just need to give it a background of black. Then I'll remove this text view and give it another text view. I'll give it a list view. So we are going to be using list view instead of recycler view, because we are just going to list the music image, which is a vector asset and a music name on the list of music. So I will set some properties to the list view and ID, which is just padding of 9 dp ID and a width of 10 point sp. So that is that. So the next thing we are going to do, I don't think there's anything that need to be done here. Okay, we need to set this divider. So these are the property we just need to set. So let's go further to create the list view item. This item is where the music, we need to determine whether we need the name, how many items do we need, which are, we just need the name, the vector asset to display the vector of the music icon to show there is a music. So we're using card view. We set some property which is margin end ADP, margin start ADP, card elevation ADP, margin top ADP. So after then we proceed. So these are just normal properties. Then we proceed further to create a relative layout, which we are going to set some properties. So these are the property we are going to be setting. So just let's code along. These are not too much difficult thing, but we need a background to set on this our relative layout. So let's check what we need to do, how we need to use this. So just call it BG, set the shape, the layout as shape, and we need to set some property to this BG background. So we'll give it a shape as rectangle shape, and we just need to give solid color of I think it should be black. Alright, then we'll give a stroke, and the color, the width should be 2 and the color should be white. So this will do. So looking at this, okay, so let's bring the background and set it to the relative layout. So the next thing is to bring in the image view, which will display the music icon, which we are going to be using drawer asset. So let's set it, and we need to just set 45 dp as the width and the height. We set the ID as img song. So we need all these are little property which you are familiar with. So we need a source, which is the vector asset. So I need to check if this vector asset is going to be a white. Okay, I think it should be white, not black, because the background is already black. So I'll set the color as white. Then I'll go into look for the music vector asset and bring it in. So I'll just call it music, IC music, finish. So let's bring it into the source. It's the src and set it to it. So we just need to set some property which is going to make it look good. So we set the background. Looking at it is okay. We'll just bring in that our background that we designed. We'll set it to the image view also. Then we'll use the source as the vector asset. Then we'll set some margin top, margin end to make it look nice. Sorry about that. So we'll proceed further to create our text view, which is going to display the song name. So we just need to set some properties to this text view. So these are very familiar properties of an XML. So let's set it text type, bold, blah blah blah, and I think the text should be song name, then margin top 10 dp. I will check if it's not looking good, I'll correct it, but we are going to be coding along. So I just set it as to the end of the img song. So set margin start like that and like that. So we are going to be checking to look at the way it is. Looking at it, I think it's not looking good. Let's check how we should do it. Whether should we reduce the text size, but let's set the repeat limit as marking forever. Then we set horizontal to be true. Ellipse size is already marked as specified. So looking at it, is it looking good? I don't think it's okay. Let's try to reduce the size and see how it's going to be. It's getting better, but I think there's something that we need to do for this thing to be okay. We need to set a single line to be true. Alright, so we set it back to the way it's supposed to be. So looking at it, everything is alright. I think we are good to go. So what do we need to do again? We set an ID to it so that we can reference it from the main activity.java. So it's looking good. So let's bring it into this place so that it will display properly. But it's not covering, it's not displaying it. So let me just run the app. When I run the app, the code is going to be compiled, so it will be normal. So I'm not running the app to show, but just to compile the code. So looking at it, you can see that it's displaying properly now. So I think everything is all right. But we can still check the way our app is to see if we need to check to do any further design. I think we don't need this. But the name is very close to the vector assets, which is the icon of the img. So we need to give some space. Yes, so it's looking better now. So let's check our app is not looking good. I do like black color, so I'm going to be using black color for the toolbar and the rest. So I will remove this material and set app compact. So I will set color to be black. So let's rerun the app and see the way it's going to be. Remember that all this will not show. We are just using it for an example. So see how it's going to be. So you can see the way the app is looking is okay. So proceed further to add a dependency. But before then, let's go to our manifest file to enable read external. We'll give permission to read external storage so that I can read the music from the file. So let's proceed further. We are going to be using a dependency called Dexter. I'm going to give you the link in the description below. So we'll take it to our build.gradle file and paste it there so that we'll sync it so we can use it. So bring it into our build.gradle and sync our project. So let's wait for it to finish syncing. So I think everything is all right. So let's proceed further to implement this permission. So we are just going to create a function called runtime permission, a method runtime permission. So we are going to create it. Then inside we are going to be using our Dexter library. So we use Dexter dot with context on this activity dot with permission manifest dot permission dot read external storage. Then dot with listener, new permission listener. So bring in everything that's supposed, then dot check. If you don't do that, it won't work. So we'll now set on permission deny. We'll say that permission token dot continue permission request, that I should keep requesting permission from the user. So the next thing, we are going to bring in a method which is going to display our song. So we just write this method which has not been created. So let's create the method. But before we create the method, we need to create another method which is going to help us. But let's test our app if the permission function is working. So let's see if it is working. You can see that it's working now. Just allow permission so that it can read music from the storage. So we need to first of all find our music. We'll create this function as an array list of file, which is going to find the music from our device or our phone. We'll set it as file. Then inside we are going to create it as an array list. So before then, I need to bring in some variable which I don't want to forget, which is the list view, and the song. We'll bring in song as an array. So now we need to continue with our function. We'll set it as array list of file, as a file list which is equal to new array list. Then we'll set file as an array of file, which is going to be equal to the file dot list of files. Then we'll use a for loop. For single file in file, loop through all the file, which is all the song in the phone. So if single file dot is directory and single file is not hidden, so we are going to use is not, so that it's not going to look for hidden file. So if it is a directory and is not hidden, then it should add all the file from the device. We calling the find song and the single file. Else, if it get file that end with .mp3, and another file name single file dot get name dot end with w.wav, then it should add it also to the file array list. So file array list dot add single file. Then we return our file array list. Then we are going to bring it into the display song method. Then here also we are going to use an array list of file and bring in we set song is equal to find song from the external storage. Then we'll set our item is equal to new string, the song.size. Get all the song in the phone or the device. Then we use a for loop to loop through while getting all the song. Then when we loop through, we need to get the song name, which end with .mp3. And replace it with null. So also we do for the WAV. So these are what we need to do. Then now we need to create a custom base adapter, which is just like a recycler view adapter. But since we are using list view, we just want to use a custom adapter, which is going to extend the base adapter. Then we implement its method. We just need to use item.length. Then here we are going to inflect the layout from the music item list which we have created in the layout previously. So we inflect our root.layout our music list item. We set the root as null. Then we bring in the text view. We just need the song name. The image is going to just be like a placeholder. So we find it by the ID, reference it as an ID. Then we set the set selected to be true. Then we'll now set the song. Set it to the set text and item.song. Get the song in according to the position, then return the view. So at this point we are done. So in the next video we are going to test our music app to see how it's going to be. But before then, we'll bring in the custom adapter as a custom adapter. Then we set the list view to set list view.set adapter custom adapter. So at this point we are done. I will see you in the next video, which we are going to test it and see how it is. See you then.